Hello and welcome to our fifth matchup of today. We have DK and MUFC fighting for some points here. MUFC in desperate need of some because they have not gotten a single win today. DK doing pretty well for themselves, sitting on the top of the food chain in Group A. That is where we're back at for right now. This is the first matchup for this best of two, if you can call it that. Just each team faces each other twice. And of course with me is Beatiz. Welcome back. And did you see my countdown on stream?
No.
Like, really? The moment that I said, like, we're having ourselves a game, I saw it ticking down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and boom, game. And it was like
10 seconds remaining.
Clockwork.
It's almost perfect.
It was almost perfect. It was awesome.
5 seconds remaining.
Excellent work.
Indeed. So DK, look at that. First ban, Io.
Reserve time.
Oh, there's a hero we haven't seen for the Asian scene yet today.
DK's turn to bat.
We haven't, but I'm sure it was picked somewhere.
Yep. Must have been.
Well, you said MUC is the only team of the group that doesn't have a win, only team that's here, period, that doesn't have a win yet.
Yeah.
They definitely want to turn that around.
I have to say though, in Group B,
remaining.
there's a lot of teams that have 1 win, 3 losses.
There are?
5
Yeah.
This is
seconds
true.
remaining.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, this is MUFC, the only team in the entire International 3 that have not won a single game yet. It's kind of sad.
DK, we saw them play against LGD earlier today. In one game, they absolutely stomped LGD. LGD was thrown off completely by their Treant pick. In the other game, it was close, but LGD was able to take it away.
Yeah.
Eventually, they just pulled too far ahead. MUFC, on the other hand, we saw them play against LGD, and I think both games were just completely in control of LGD. The execution just wasn't there from MUFC. I think that LGD also strategized MUFC in that series.
Yeah, we're gonna see if MUFC is able to take it back a little bit. I mean, they have changed their name back to the Unals, as in just having no names, basically. Not after their AMD tag, but we'll see if that gets fixed the moment that we load into the game period. DK go with the lineup that we have seen from them earlier today as well, with the Lifestealer and the Dragon Knight as answer to MUFC's Batrider. In terms of bans, nothing really spectacular. I mean, Batrider making it through was the result of having the Alchemist banned, as well as the IO, and then an OD and a Visage banned out for MUFC. So far nothing really that blows my mind. No Timbersaw.
Alchemist has been banned in almost all of the games, really. He barely gets through. I know we saw Liquid play him once, which they actually... No, they won that game, I think. Yeah. We saw... Yeah, that was against VP, but in all the Eastern games, he's been banned out. Because of how powerful of a hero he is, and the different ways in which the Eastern teams run, in which solo mid happens a lot, just hard carry, standard Alchemist happens a lot. You can also run him as a farmer that's a safe lane ganker that goes straight to a Lothar's. He's just a really, really good hero that you can run in multiple ways. It's hard to prepare for, and hard to predict as well, until the lineups fully come together. DK going with this Dragon Knight plus Lifestealer combo. These are the same first 2 picks that they had against LGD when they had second pick.
Yep.
So they seem to favor this combo. MUC, like you said, they got that free Batrider. That's because they banned Visage with first pick, and DK didn't want to give up Alchemist. In the Eastern scene, you tend to see more Batriders given away than in the Western scene, which I find interesting.
Yeah, and the Rubik we picked up together with the Batrider, so you've got yourself 2 disables, solid disables there as well. Of course, we can steal the dragon form, is quite nice, but other than that, there's not really that much brilliant stuff to steal for the Rubik just yet. However, last time we saw DK play this lineup, they also managed to pick up the Weaver, never mind, that was now banned out, so I guess MUFC did their homework. But now also Razor banned out, so DK cannot go for the same lineup anymore with now the Weaver banned out. So we'll see what Rubik can still manage to steal from DK's lineup, as MUFC will have the turn. Actually, look at that! MUFC only banning out bluish heroes.
Oh yes, the blue hero ban strat is the best strategy that all of the top teams use.
Famous! Yeah. And Alchemist the only one that's the odd one out for now, instead of DK. So they already failed their blue hero strat ban out. Tough luck. But let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think DK is gonna look to get a hero like Venge or Shadow Demon, something to counteract this Batrider Lasso. It could be a distinct possibility for them. I'd like to see a Shadow Demon banned from MUFC, considering the first pick is gonna go by way of DK.
Yeah.
The next phase. I think Shadow Demon is just too good to give up here, and there's the ban. Excellent work.
Excellent work indeed. Swap still in place. Should DK want to have that one? It's definitely a possibility.
Yep. I don't know what DK is gonna ban here. I'm looking at MUFC's lineup, and it's just there's nothing obvious that they would want to get against the Nakes. Maybe Juggernaut. Maybe like, you see a lot of games where one team with Snakes, the other team's like, okay, we're just gonna get a Magic Moon carry, and they're gonna farm against each other, and we've got Jugs, so we have more kill potential in our lane. Something like that.
It could be. I'm actually like DK was a team that went for Timbersaw, Tidehunter, and which other weird hero that they have?
OD, Pugna.
Pugna lane, yeah. So Timbersaw, Tidehunter, Pugna. Do you think DK is gonna pick up either of those?
No.
Oh.
That was a prepared strat that they had for one game. It didn't work out, so they might try to do it again, but usually with a prepared specific strategy with 5 set heroes, you run it once. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you don't run it again anyway, because now people have seen it. And if one of those heroes gets banned out, you don't have a good option for it, potentially.
True, I guess. DK though, taking their time, taking into their bonus out quite heavily. Is the Naga Siren, I guess, removed in the end?
I like that ban actually, because Naga's a hero that can work in any lineup, any strategy. Ooh, Chen getting picked up by DK.
Yeah, making it all the way through. We've seen Chen banned out in first banning phase quite a few times today. Also picked up a couple of times, of course, as well. But now picked up by DK, so they're gonna have themselves a solid jungler. We still have an Enchantress in the pool if MUFC wants to try and do something with that, and if they just want to farm in the jungle, I mean, Enigma is wide open.
Yep.
Who knows?
They could, but I don't think so. I think Batrider, if anything, would be like offlane / jungle. And they can get a hero mid to lane against DK that can still free farm against it, because Bat can free farm against DK and has some kill potential against him, but not much, because you don't want to tower dive against Dragon Tail. And Sand King is going to get picked up by MUFC. There's their support duo. Darkseer is still available this game. Darkseer pairs great with Sand King and Batrider, so that could be a potential pickup for MUFC.
It still fits in the DK's lineup as well, though. If they want to deny that one, it's a possibility.
It does fit with DK, but it's not nearly as good as it would be with MUFC. They could use it as like a block pick if they're really confident that MUFC is going to go for it. But if MUFC did go Darkseer, then they'd be in they have to pick one carry against 2, and
well,
wow, Tinker.
Second Tinker of the game.
The day. Not of the game, because there's only
That's
one
what I
Tinker.
meant, of the day.
Yeah.
It's only
Kind of silly
3:30.
if there were 2 Tinkers, you know.
Would be funny. But
It would definitely be a very long game.
yeah, that's true. I like the Rubik Sand King combination from MUFC. Of course, in the lane you can have the telekinesis to set up for the burst strike of the Sand King. Normally I don't really like Sand King as a support unless he has got those heroes to help him out with his level 1 burrow strike, because either the slow from Visage helps out or the telekinesis, because his level 1 burrow strike is just so short range. We really need some help with that one. So I like it, and it can be used as a counter initiator if they go for a safe lane, because I'm not really expecting them to try and make it to an aggressive tri lane.
I don't think DK will do an aggressive right off the bat either. I think they're probably gonna all play in the Nakes again. I think it's actually gonna be a safe lane Tinker that they're gonna give a head start to, and then their Chen plus supporter will roam. Ooh, Stormstar picked up by MUFC. Storm's a hero that can be very good at ganking a Tinker. Plus, it's a hero that gets hacks. Well, like Tinker and Storm, it's kind of like Mushi's Fury and Bolt's Tinker from last time. Whoever sees the other one first and gets the first hex is gonna win that fight. And that's an important thing to look at. The nice thing for this Tinker from DK is which is most likely going to be played by Super, is he's going to be getting Chen to send him home if he's ever in trouble.
Yeah. Jairakopta last ban for DK, one more ban coming from MUFC. I mean, so far the lanes are starting to shape up a little bit. Waiting for a carry for MUFC still. a lot of options in the pool. So I mean, banning out the gyrocopter is just one of the evils that MUFC can still pick up. DK a bit more
5 seconds.
loose in their lanes. I mean, Tinker can go off lane, can go mid, can go ancient. I say that off lane, that's basically ancient for me.
Turn to pick.
Lifestealer can go off lane. We've seen them doing that before with RTK today. With a Dragon Knight as the solo mid, or Dragon Knight as the farmer, and Tinker still solo mid. I mean, they've got quite a few options to go through here.
Venge was the last ban from MUFC. That's a good ban, in my opinion. So that's one of the supports I said that DK would be looking at potentially, especially after the Storm pick. Wow, that's a Nyx.
Invasion
So I definitely think now it's gonna be a Tinker Nyx Chen safe lane, with a Chen Nyx roaming after the Tinker gets a good start.
And Dragon Knight then mid up against the Storm Spirit.
Most likely Storm. It could always be a jungle Storm. That is an option. I don't think it's very good, so it's probably just gonna be a mid Storm. While Batrider is offlane / jungle. And if I'm a Batrider looking at a Tinker Nyx lane with a Chen, I'm going straight into the woods at level 1, saying screw that lane. Because if you are a Batrider in the jungle and you have your support stacking for you, especially on Radiant, you can get 6-minute blink daggers like nothing. And that can be huge.
Hello, Faceless Void.
And
we have
holy
actually got a Faceless Void banned out earlier today. That's the only time that we saw him.
Yep, and MUFC is a team that played Faceless a bunch several months ago. Han Trash player, who changed his name to Trash Han player, aka WTF, he's played a bunch of Faceless Void in both games, in both Han and in Dota.
Well, let's see if he can live up to his Oh, I like his blade! The Battle Fury blade. It's cool.
I wonder if he's gonna get a Battle Fury this game.
Would be fitting. So let's see who's playing what. MUFC on the Radiant side for this first game. We have FC playing the Storm Spirit. Huntress player will play the Faceless Void. We've got Ling on the Rubik. Winter will play the Batrider this game.
Yeah, and
Which is interestingly
ABC,
enough,
who I think is TFG,
that should be TFG then.
but they kicked Winter off of the.
We actually, this is not the
Drafting
first time that we say that today. Winter has played Queen of Pain as a solo mid before as well in the roles, so they like to switch it up sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's still quite surprising to see, and indeed, then TFG are too fucking good playing the Sand King then. And their names is Winter is already trying to scout out something here with his flame break, clearing out some trees. Nice and aggressive. And I'll leave DK to be introduced by you.
Alright, we've got Burning playing the Nyx, and he's sitting on bottom right now, which kind of surprises me. Super's going to be on the DK solo mid. QQQ playing this Chen in the Dire jungle. ROTK playing the Tinker. And MMY is going to be playing the Nyx.
Yeah.
And Burning offlane Nyx. My oh my.
Yeah, no RTK Lifestealer.
And
But
Winter managed to get himself stuck, so he has to waste his cooldown and use another Firefly.
that's kind of a sad thing.
He
That's a
ended
lot
up
of
getting
mana.
himself stuck so he could counter ward, which I guess is worth it, but that kind of screws up your jungle as Batrider a little bit when you don't have that off cooldown and you don't have full mana.
Yeah, we do have an Invis room picked up by the Nyx Assassin, by the way, in the mid lane. So who know? I don't really think they can get for first blood unless FC kind of overextends a little bit, which he might do considering the lane is getting pushed out.
He has to overextend a lot of it.
Yeah.
Super did the smart thing and didn't skill up, so he was just able to get Dragon Tail.
And in comes Test of Faith as well. That's gonna be an impale. That's gonna be first blood right there and then. Super. With the kill. I mean, that's...
Good use of the rune, good rotation from the Chen, who also got a good creep to Satyr Tormentor.
Yeah.
The range on that really helped out in assuring that kill.
I mean, this is a lane that in theory should be won by the Storm Spirit. And he is, I mean,
Yep.
he's able to harass Super quite a bit here now as well because Super doesn't really have his bottle yet. Maybe he does
But
now,
he
actually.
does now, yeah.
There you go. That's what you get from getting a first blood early bottle. But I mean, that was probably our fastest first blood of the game.
Was it that even? Yeah. You keep saying game instead of day, and it's kind of funny.
What?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Never
I
mind.
keep saying day instead of game. Yes. Okay. My bad.
It's late, you know. you're sleepy and such.
Well, I was also slightly
I'll allow
distracted
it.
because for a second I thought we were in the wrong game. Because LD just tweeted about the Faceless Void of Huntress player, and I was thinking, wait, what? Are we in the wrong game? Is LD in here as well? But that's not true. He was just...
Look at this lane ward placed on bottom by Mufc. That is an interesting location. You can place it there because of fog, but it doesn't give the best vision. Because the trees on the left-hand side near where Ling is standing obstruct the vision quite a bit.
Yeah, by the way, Bernie is not going to get anything done here on this bottom lane anytime soon. He does have boots, but it's not really an ideal lane for him to be in. Tries to just get in range to steal some experience, but it's a tough thing to do, especially when the lane is getting stacked and pulled by 2 TFG on the Sand King here.
And if we look at Winter on this Batrider, he is completely out of mana right now. He's got 100 left. It's not enough to kill off his stack, and that's all because he used 2 Fireflies at level 1 in order to kill off a ward. And that's just, it's gonna hurt him a decent amount. Delays blink by an extra minute or 2, having to take 1 extra trip back to the fountain. And it also looks like he wants to go into Tranquil Boots instead of just regular boots straight into blink. Which again, that just delays your blink dagger on bat.
Yep. He's getting nice stuns done though, or stack stun rather.
Yeah.
Slow but steady.
He still doesn't have enough mana to kill it off. He actually opted for a bottle because of these mana problems. I don't really like bottle. I prefer just walking back and forth to the fountain, because you're not going to be able to bottle crow in the jungle. Your mid needs to bottle crow more often than not. Smoke up from the supports of MUFC. They're looking to kill mid and get a counter kill here.
Yeah, Bernie is on his way there though as well. Actually no, he's just going to check the rune. I'm going to move back. Ling and TFG will rotate back towards the bottom lane though. Let's see if they can get something done upon Burning, who is now showing himself to be on the well, for him on the wrong side of the river. Just trying to stay in range of that experience. 1 telekinesis and burst strike. I don't think it's enough to kill him though. And actually, he can just walk himself away because he got boots.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Threatening stuff.
Yep.
In the meantime, Super sitting on 14-4 here in this middle lane. While FC is sitting on 18-4, so actually getting himself back up again, of course, after dying for that first blood. Levels are actually slightly in favor of the Storm Spirit as well. Reason for that would be for the nice for... Actually, no. Why is he higher level? No
despite there being the... They're basically even.
Yeah.
That level 1 kill doesn't give any experience to the DK. Plus that Siege Troop is still alive. There were 3 heroes involved in that kill, so you're not going to get too much experience from level 1 hero with 3 heroes there.
True. RTK and MMY able to take down the tower here on the top lane. Nobody coming in to try and defend this. And that will be RTK with...
RTK.
Ooh, it's close though. That range creep almost had it.
RTK has 3 points of march, 1 in laser, and he's saving 1. Just in case he wants to put in laser instead of rocket.
Depending on if someone comes to the lane, of course. We have got QQQ now coming in here with the troll summoner.
And Super has his ult, and he's using that to get good harass onto the storm. He keeps the storm scared. Storm's just forced to use the salve.
Yeah, and he's actually level 5 while the Dragon Eye is now level 6, so showing up for it. And the moment that Storm is level 6, he's going to be a lot more ballsy because then he has an escape mechanism. For now, he has to be careful of the dragon.
Ballsy, but right now, yeah, he has to be careful.
Ballsy.
He has 6 now.
Ball lightning, ballsy.
Ah,
Yeah. Sorry, it's just really bad humor.
Meanwhile, Ling on this Rubik, still pulling away. Sand King is actually rotated up to top. He's sitting in some trees, waiting, hoping that there's an overextension. Look at this Wild Wing Ripper Tornado coming out from QQQ.
Yeah,
it's scouting out and actually it's getting some damage onto him and the Sand King. And he just runs away the creep. Burning once again, he's really checking these runes, trying to make sure that... Okay, he's also stacking Ancients up for the tanker. So this is going to be a monstrous tanker this game. He's got free farm in lane, plus stacks to kill.
And he got that tower. I mean, he only needs 500 gold for his boots of travel. That's going to be a mighty fast boots of travel.
And a fast blink, and a fast, what you call it, cheap stick. As long as he doesn't feed.
Why is there...
Or get ganked.
Oh, he has a silver owl. Look at this courier for BTS. Silver Owl. Kinda cool, I didn't see that before.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
They watched enough games.
Yeah, has to watch more games. Hunters player. 48 to 17, and he's looking pretty good. He is highest in terms of last hits. Net worth not as high though as DK is, but that's because of the tower and the first blood. With DK, I mean, and the Dragon Knight and ROTK on his Tinker, because they are sitting on the top list. So 2 of DK are doing really well on that net worth. And that's gonna be maybe Super getting a kill here. He gets last suit though. FC completely out of mana. In comes Burning. Tries to go for something. Super will still end up going down. Burning really wants to get that one last hit up on the Storm, but won't be able to do it, and he's just walking past. I mean, that was a touristic route right there. Awesome. A lot of support incoming for MUFC. And they get the Dragon Knight. Pretty nice pickup.
Yep. And that pickoff, the gold was split, so that's gonna help Winter get towards his blink. He's still gonna have a pretty late blink for a jungle bat this game, to be honest. And it goes back to getting the bottle because he messed up and had to use 2 Fireflies to get rid of that ward. The blink timing from a bat is very, very important, because that's how you shut down heroes with bat. The faster you get the blink, the more ganks you can get off throughout the game. More opportunities you have, the earlier you get them scared to even group up and push towers. And against this Tinker that's already got bots, you want to be able to gank him as often as possible, and you need the blink on bat Rider to do this.
Yeah, and I mean,
and
that's
Tinker,
a small decision, or small mistake, making a big impact in the game. For Winter, that is, on his Bat Rider.
Yep. Tinker comes straight down to bottom because, hey, there's stacks for him here.
Yay.
So he can push out the lane to make sure that Trash Hunt player doesn't push the tower, and then he can just go kill stacks.
Free gold. And in the meantime, Burning is of course top. He has taken some gold there for himself. I mean, Tinker no longer there, creating space for Burning to get
Burning's
some fun.
catch-up time.
Indeed. We might even see him going for a Hand of Midas just to help with the catch-up time, but we'll see how aggressive they actually want to be.
I don't think he'll go for Midas this game. Not when you're this far behind. He'll only get Midas super late into the game, and he would get it at like 13 or 14 minutes or something.
Smoke up for DK. Let's see what they can get with that. Super has got his Dragon form back up. MMY is level 5 still, but has got a level 3 Impale. And QQQ carries with him a Ursa Warrior, or Hellburst Smasher, sorry, and a Satire. But they're gonna lead with a Dragon Knight. 1 Dragon Tail. Cannot get it done though. FC, way too careful. In the meantime, Ling, 14 last hits. He's level 4. He was stacking and pulling quite heavily. Still level 4 though, and I mean, in terms of levels on the supports, he is the lowest level in the game. The support on DK, which is the Nyx Assassin only actually, is level 5. The fellow support of the Rubik would be the Sand King, who is actually level 6, so he's got himself his Epicenter, and almost of course level 4 Burrow Strike would be a nice one to have right there. And Winter almost has, Winter actually has his Blink Dagger. Are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. But that's a Blink Dagger up for Winter, so maybe a bit of a change of pace here for MUFC.
Yep, he needs to get good work done with his Blink Dagger and get a quick gank off. DK's probably expecting it to be up soon. If you see MMY, he's sitting mid expecting a Blink gank onto Super, and he's ready to turn it around. Bottom lane, there isn't any protection for RTK though, so that's where I would go if I was bad. And he's actually going top straight after Burning.
And Burning by himself, he does have the rage. He has an infest as well if he does live through the initial damage, which I think he might actually. I mean, there's still
he probably
Burrow
will. He's got a lot of HP.
Yeah, oh, especially if the Burrow Strike misses. Well, that is just awkward. Maybe they're gonna try again? Nah, they're not. That's Winter backing off. That is just awkward play. In the meantime, Super with the Dragon form laying down some harassment on the tier 1 tower here. From behind, we might have Sand King coming in though. He is smoked up.
And there's Firefly just off of cooldown, so that was when they want to go. If they want to go at all.
Well, they do
Trash
want to
Hog
go.
player, ready to TP, there it is.
There it is. Grabs himself super. In comes the Chronosphere as well. Up on 2 actually. Burning not able to be in there. He actually is able to kill off Winter right there and then. Ling is very close to dying. His teammate already died. That was already 2 cores dead on the side of MUFC with their Bedrider and Storm Spirit dying. Now also Sand King still uses Epicenter, but DK doesn't look to be hurt by that at all. They get a Dragon Tail up on the Faces Void, and with that 4 heroes dead, Ling the only one left alive. He will be able to catch MMY, I think, despite Carapace, Hand of God helping out, and he does not get a kill. And now Burning is on the hunt, looking for a team wipe. That was a team wipe. Going from 1 to 1 to 1 to 6. Oh, there's not done yet though. Oh my god, this could be disastrous. Storm Spirit needs to get himself out. Jumps into the Martian Machines. In the meantime, Spike Carapace again. There finally goes the Nyx Assassin down, but that's not worth dying for, FC. That is not worth dying for at all. And they get 2 fucking good probably as well. Tries to get himself out. Burrow strikes himself out of that one, and that's Burning not wanting to dive past tier 3 towers at 13 minutes into the game. In comes Huntress player. Doesn't have a Chronosphere this time though. And Martian Machines making it basically impossible for MUFC to fight back.
I feel like that Chronosphere that started it all was probably better for DK than it was for MUFC, and that's interesting because Void is on MUFC's team. He got his Sand King with it. He got the I think he got the bat with it too, and he definitely got the Storm with it.
He didn't get the bat with it.
Oh, okay, so
but
Bet
just tried to run away from Lifestealer, and Burning killed him off. So couldn't really do anything anymore.
The Sand King invised in from behind, like he used the Sandstorm, and then he had his stun shift queued, so he didn't even stun anyone with that. Meanwhile, there's a bottle on the ground that Super's gonna go pick up. That belongs to ROTK.
Oh, it's his teammate, so.
Interesting. He went back to the fountain, but he just kind of left his bottle behind.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want this item.
Interesting. MUFC actually smoke up, looking for something. Their own jungle would be a good target indeed to try and clear out, because...
Trash Hog player does not have a TP scroll to get to this fight.
Oh, Blink Lasso, he gets QQQ here. That should be a kill. Burrow Strike coming in to help save the day. Ling with the last hit.
Tanker Rockets flying through, getting some damage back. DK has some slight pressure on this tower, but they don't want to commit now that their Chen's dead. They don't have their mech with them, they don't have Chen ultimate with them. Yep, they're actually still going for it, while DK's ult is up. They feel that they're strong enough because of Marching Machines.
Yeah, Marching Machines level 4, and I mean, at this point, because of previous fight, they've got a pretty big level advantage as well. Flame Break coming in there. Trying to help out. Ball Lightning in. Vortex up on RTK. In comes a Burrow Strike. That Sand King still dead though. RTK might still go down. He indeed drops. In comes a Chronosphere up on a solo.
Tinker buyback.
Nyx Assassin. Tinker buys back. Is able to be here at any moment now. He TP's in. Down goes Ling already. FC is going to be the next target to die. 4 people dead. Looks to be 5. And that is 5 again. 2 to 5 trade. Twice in a row. We've got a 5 to 12 kill score. Tower drops as well. DK going strong here. Very strong. 7,500 gold. DK on a roll indeed. And I mean, that Storm Spirit died 4 times now. Within...
Yes.
Well, 3 times were within like the last 5 minutes. Last 4 minutes. 3 minutes?
Yep. So just the 2 fights and the 1 time in between tier 2s on top and mid. This is not looking good for MUFC. Their Sand King has no progression towards Blink, and DK doesn't want to let up this aggression at all. And all this aggression for... Oh, there's a Blink Lasso.
Up on RTK again. Mechanism helps keeping up though, and that is everybody of MUFC walking into that Marching Machines Winter. Oh, he gets a kill. FC still goes down as well. Nyx Assassin makes that happen. Rockets flies. Tinker gets a kill.
FZ used all of his mana, literally all of it, to fly into ROTK. And died instantly. Super was watching his Ball Lightning, and even in melee range, he got that Dragon Tail off on him instantly. Didn't matter because he was out of mana, but it was just good play from Super. Then MMY on this Nyx followed up with a Vendetta auto attack, and he's just dead. So that was just really, really weird from FZ. On Storm, one of the cardinal rules is you don't use all of your mana to get into a fight. Then you're screwed after that.
I mean, we're 16 minutes into the game. And we are 12k gold in favor of DK. And now, yeah, RTK, why not, right? Build a Dagon. Level 1.
Dagon isn't even a bad item on Tinker.
Oh, it's pretty
especially
decent.
when you're ahead.
It's
Yeah,
it's
you get to
excellent.
refresh it. It's straining on your mana pool, but once you level it up to 5 or 3, 4, 5, it's less strain on your mana pool, and it's a lot of burst damage that you can throw out. Blink Laser Dagon, always powerful combo.
Yep, and this
Plus
is
these supports.
gonna be the tier 2 dying.
These supports are not gonna have fun with that.
They're already not having fun as it is. I mean, their net worth is already fairly low. Their levels, I mean, we still have Rubik sitting on level 6. And I mean, that's just pretty painful. DK. Not gonna go for the last tier 2. Actually, seeing if they can find an opening for the high ground. They still have the Dragon form for a little while. In comes, or actually, that is Winter blinking himself away from the fight. I think maybe he double tapped it instead of anything else. We have the Battle Fury ready up on the Faceless Void.
Winter just wanted to drop fire in front of his towers, so it would be a lot harder to push.
Ah.
And then he wanted to blink away so he couldn't get initiated on.
Okay, fair enough.
Smart play from him.
Well, it worked.
I think pretty soon we're gonna see DK go for Roshan. By pretty soon, I mean literally right now. We've got a BKB up on their DK, Super, who's playing Super this game. I should never talk again. Our TK working on the Dagon 2. Nyx picks up a gem because they have full map control. Why not get a gem so you can starve your opponent so you're able to break their base easier? FCC is going for a BKB on the Storm. Meanwhile, there's no progression on Barrow towards a Force Staff or a BKB. Rubik has nothing but wards. Faceless Void, he's got his Battle Fury to match his Battle Fury cosmetic, but that's about it. And Sand King is 750 gold towards his blink. And you definitely don't want to be that far away from it at this stage. And Tinker gets the Aegis, it's a good choice.
Yeah, and he gets a level 2 Dagon with that as well. So pretty solidly looking RTK and DK. They could attempt to go for the tier 2 top still, but it looks like they just want to power through mid and see how far they can get this time with the Aegis. Actually, no, top lane is still going to be the way to go, perhaps, seeing if they can get out that Faceless Void, considering he is farming all by his lonesome there. Never mind, smells trouble. Gets himself out.
And now DK is just going to barrel down top, get that tier 2 tower. They're probably going to slow siege the base with Chen creeps, which he's got a couple of centaurs and a troll. That's a pretty good combination of creeps for a Chen. Going to be playing aggressively. And they have DK ult to just pressure down the tower. The high ground tower, that is. I'm surprised he used the ult on this tier 2. Maybe they're expecting a defense to come up from Mufc. Because Super could definitely save that ult and use it to take out the tier 3 tower.
Well, they
Granted,
can still
DK
continue going.
Yeah, they're going to continue, obviously, but
That's a
the
level 3
duration is going to be
Dagon.
lower.
And that is
my.
RTK back here.
I think if RGK sees a hero, he's just going to go.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, who
He
wouldn't,
doesn't
right?
want to. He doesn't want to potentially throw the game away. It is the international.
I think if he sees a Rubik, he's gonna be happy shooting some rockets. Ooh, in comes Winter though. His blink getting
And
interrupted by those March of the Machines. Very annoying.
What a good ability March is against blinks.
Yep.
That's so frustrating to try and play against.
And Super will continue laying down some harassment if he doesn't continue missing on the tier 3 tower.
Tower's in high range now.
Yeah,
It's gonna
it
stop.
dies.
Running with the last hit as per usual. Vlad's picked up on Chen now. Another item to help their push. They are so far ahead if they can afford luxury items like Vlad's on Chen. Let's just check how far they are. About
17k?
16,000 gold? 17,000 almost?
Yeah.
16 and a half?
16 and a
whatever.
half. It's looking pretty scary for MFC. What do you think MFC should do to try and get back into this game?
They need the perfect combo to come off. They need DK to have miserable positioning, like if DK group up to dive in on a hero, then they get a very good epicenter combo after a chronosphere from this void. But
Enough?
that's gonna be a lot to ask for. And that all has to happen while the entirety of DK is standing in fire from Batrider.
A lot of effort for that one. Maybe they can catch Burning though. They have the word Blink last
Okay.
soon. There they go, but in comes QQQ, in comes MMY as well. Burning still alive. Hand of God helping out. In comes a Chronosphere. Up on 2. Also up on Ling though. And that's
Burning standing in fire. He's burning away.
Yeah, but he is still alive. And he's able to get that kill right now. The rest of the team of Faceless Void kind of abandoned Huntress player. And he's gonna try to jump himself out. Gets impaled. Still has that jump. Will be able to use it and TP himself out. But in comes the Dragon Tail.
Oh.
And that's a kill right there. 17 to 5. I'm thinking, like, team, do you think that MUFC could have prevented Faceless Void from dying? I mean, his Chronosphere wasn't that bad, but everybody of MUFC still backed off. They kind of abandoned.
They use Lasso, they use Epicenter, they were kind of done there.
Yeah, oh.
Look at ROTK, he doesn't give anything about this. Stormy TP's right into him. The Storm is so underfarmed at this point. Gives him a dag into the face, and all of a sudden, Storm's like, oh god, that's a dag, and 4 after Fountain. So if you hit me with another one of those, I'm dead. Probably another one of those in a laser or rocket, but yeah.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Super pushing on top.
Yeah, in comes RTK as well. That's already Rubik Dead. That's a dagger for you. Sand King will be the next target. That is 5 to 19, and DK, they're just barreling through. They're going to be able to get the racks here, and I would not be surprised if MUFC called the GG fairly early, because at this point, how can they hope to get that Faceless Void up to farm?
Yeah. Faceless Void's one of those carries that if you go for the Battle Fury build, takes him a very long time to actually contribute to fights. And unfortunately, the first time he tried to help, he ended up hurting his team with his Chronosphere, and that just set them so far behind, because that was a huge loss fight where they got team wiped. Then they lost another fight and another fight, and all of a sudden you're down 7 towers in a set of racks, and the other team still has an Aegis. And you're just like, oh, that's not good.
That is not good. Aegis back in 1 minute though.
We'll see if ROTK uses it. The trend for Chinese teams is to just let it expire and keep yourself in a safe spot rather than maybe getting into a risky spot and using it.
That's a fortification out.
But since it's ROTK, I wouldn't be surprised if he just blinks straight into the base, kills off a Rubik, and dies for it.
Yep. Being happy that he did.
He's got that yellow mentality.
Well, in comes another Dragon Form. Super already going high ground. That's a BKB ready for Storm though. Maybe this is the time where MUFC is trying to make something happen. In he comes. BKB.
That did not end well.
Nice! Nice Chronosphere though. Super sitting pretty big. There's no damage to go through, so that's a bit of a shame, but still pretty nice Chronosphere. Hunter's player will still die. No surprise there. Rockets will fly. That's gonna be Rubik dead as well. Batrider still alive. Never mind. Batrider dead as well. Sand King the only one that lives, and that is gonna be another set of racks. Going the way of DK. I mean, that Storm. I mean, he had his BKB on. Did he use it too late?
He didn't pop it well. He went in. He got Dragon Tailed instantly. Super has been on the ball.
He didn't use it. That's right. Wow. That's painful. And that's RTK still getting a kill from the Fountain. Awesome. Dagons, MVP. MUFC.
Dragon that is on the ball, and he has just gotten all of his Dragon Tails off ASAP onto this Storm Spirit very quickly, and he's just killing him with that every time.
There's a GG.
He can't initiate unless he pops the BKB first or midair or something.
Yeah, he should have done that. He's doing that right now.
There he goes.
But I mean, the GG already called. The throne already expires or explodes rather. We're gonna see another game though. If MUFC can see if they win the first game today for the group stages for the International 3, because that's where we're at right now. DK sitting pretty happily on the top place now in the group stages, because as a spoiler alert by the way for another game, so close your ears if you don't want to hear that. But Dignitas was able to 2-0 LGD.
That is impressive.
Yes, that is
Dignitas.
impressive.
Because I personally had them as one of my bottom teams coming in. So I knew that their boot camp didn't go too well. And yeah, them 2-0ing LGD, a team that I had as a favorite, is impressive.
Well, we're gonna see if DK can continue their streak and can be continuing to be on top of the list. Stick around for the second game between MUFC and DK.